Marva Bernard, OD, a lady who has given over 40 years in netball administration and served Air Jamaica as a director. So she's been at it serving people. Very lovely lady. And I'm one who believes that when persons have served, we must continue to remember them and to recognize them. And my guest this morning is Marva Bernard, OD. Good morning. How are you this morning, Marva?
Morning, Vernon. I'm very good. Every time I hear somebody say Marva Bernard, I said, oh dear.
Guess what? That's what crossed my mind. I was going to say that, but oh dear would come across a different way because what I really wanted to say, you're a dear person. But it didn't sound right to say, oh dear. That's what I was thinking before I came on,
It's that honor. When your country gives that honor to you, you take it very humbly and with pride.
But hold on, I'm going to stop you right there. So, are you out of the country? Right? Oh, yes. May I tell you that? I won't get into the politics. Are you out of the country? Because as somebody who has spent over 40 years in netball administration, you have
so long for the match, did subtract good?
Are you the big accountant, So, you will tell me if it makes sense.
Good.
Because you are...
1993, she called me.
Yeah.
Wow. 9 from 12 is 3.
Yes.
Don't it? All right, 13. But I guess the times that Air Jamaica would add in.
Yeah, what you mean? Of course, because you are executive.
That was fun. That wasn't work.
No, but why? That's a beautiful thing.
1993 became back-breaking fun work.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy the ride.
So let me ask you something now. Anybody write anything about you? Because sometimes it's good to have like the history put on, So those...
No, I don't know. Write like what? A book, a story?
Yeah, man. Well, I have some material about you which I'm going to put on my blog. I'd love to get some more. But we need to know about the work you're putting. But, we need to talk about you. Because we don't know your business, Marva, man. I don't know if you're a big shot, Marva, OD, an executive here in Jamaica, and a big position in the netball internationally. And let me just tell persons, don't underestimate netball, When I was just into football, but no better learn this. Netball has done far better than football internationally. Tell me if I tell you, I'm not a sports person, but I know enough. I can't talk. Plus, an ordinary Jamaican became president of the International Netball Association. It's federation.
That's Molly.
Eh?
I can say Molly because she's a very dear friend, so I'm sure I can skip the formalities. But the Honorable, Molly Rowan.
Exactly. But then...
Our former co-worker, Vernon.
What a thing.
Yes.
I would hope they'd give her a few millions US with the honors, though. I'm being terrible.
But on a serious note,
yes,
working at Air Jamaica for as long as I did, 24 years, was the best thing that happened to me in terms of my friends that I have met, preparing me to do the netball thing. Working at Air Jamaica prepared me to manage the teams that Molly asked me to do. It prepared me to be the treasurer of Jamaica netball and world netball.
Can you imagine it? But you're big and bright, It's like a Jamaican girl. We went to what? Excelsior went to?
Yes, I did. Proudly.
You can manage international stuff, but easy.
And as soon as you say something that jolt my memory.
Yes.
I remember in 2001, the then president of World, was IFNA at the time, Cheryl Dawson, invited me along with the office manager, the manager of the office. There was one staff we had at the time.
Yes.
To go, I was on the board, I was the finance director, and three of us went down to Johannesburg,
South Africa,
do a course called People Make a Difference.
I love that. People make, I love that.
That was the name of the course that the president gave. The president gave it that name.
Right.
And I went there with them, 2 Caucasian ladies and one black lady, to do this course, teaching them administration, accounting, how to market and fundraise and get sponsorship. And there were some young African women who had no clue how to even set up an organization, how to go into a company and get funding support and market their sport. And I remember one young girl coming up and saying, it has stayed with me all these years. She's going home to tell her mother that she met this beautiful black, powerful black woman, that's me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and who is and I'm saying the word that she used, that is all I took away, that she had never seen anybody like me in these roles. And I'm saying, no, but I realized where she was taking her experience to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Air Jamaica prepared me to deal with various personalities. It prepared me to administrate efficiently the accounts of the World Netball and Jamaica Netball Association, and even Business House that Molly fetched me from to go with her to do Jamaica's accounts. So Air Jamaica was the best thing that happened to plenty of us, and I know you will agree with me on that.
But I thought you were speaking for both of us. I thought you were speaking for both of us. You don't get to listen to me often enough. But I will tell you that in terms of how the company was structured, we hear about it to make money, but I know, but I won't get into the politics at this point in time. The way the company was structured, and I will tell you, you remember all these manuals and how things are done. Everything was documented.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't find that. Well, I must tell you, I sit on some boards and I know tell them that's where we need to go. And I'm telling you, so that training and that experience has impacted me. And even during this program, you know that I was fortunate or unfortunate to have moved to various departments.
Yes.
And therefore it gave me
you and I.
Yes.
I started in accounts payable and payroll.
Yes. Auditing.
Over to revenue accounting with the airline tickets and learned how the airline business really work, and then ended up in internal audit.
Yes.
God, what a university that
was. It was. And by the way, I will tell you, although it's about you and your work and so on, I will tell you that there are some of the staff members are now working in Saudi Arabia and all those places. Yes. Now, I don't want to get into the detail, but it is sad. It is a pity that is one organization which allowed ordinary black people in this country, although me red too, but they give red people a chance to be exposed to technology. Like I'm proud to tell you, I bet you didn't know that. I'm probably one of the first person to go on the internet in this country because of Air Jamaica, because Air Jamaica is one of the first organizations, as far as I know, to have international banking and link with overseas. Mm-hmm. Because the technology was, by the way, I'll zoom.
If people see you and don't know the groundation that you got from working there that prepared us to do what we are doing now.
Hold on, working from home. You know what years we left here, Jamaica, no? And there's something to learn about working from home because we had conference call that you could have, and then we could learn about IP and all them something. And the fact that you could stay at home, I could go anywhere in the world and write my programs and make adjustments. So,
you know what also
me not trouble the whole point. Don't forget what they're going to say. So I'll go for the break and come back. Don't forget that point though. We're talking to Marva Bernard, a former executive at Air Jamaica. She's a chartered accountant, a big netball administrator, international level. She's been around. Marva Bernard, OD. And I still want to say, oh, what a dear lady. Vernon Darby, your friend, saying to you, soon come back. Don't move.
You're tuned to Vernon Darby. Oh, love, get ready for roller. Oh, love, ready for roll.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening to Rhythm FM, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting on the FM band at 102.1, 102.3, 102.5, 102.7, and 102.9 on the FM band. I'm your friend, Vernon Darby. And on the line, yes, is Marva Bernard. Everybody loved Marva. She just tell you very bluntly, they tell you as is. She knows how to get along with people. She was making a point. I hope she remembers that pointer because I don't know what she was moving on to. Marva?
Yeah, I was saying that I joined Air Jamaica primarily to travel.
Yes.
Fresh from university, spending a year at separate, and said, let me go and see the world, and made some friends who would tour the world. So I did a fair share of traveling at my own expense during the time that I was there, 24 years, I think, right? Going into netball was never about the trips for me, because my girlfriends and I, you know them,
Yeah, man.
we have done a lot of that. Many times I go on some of these trips and I'm asleep on the bus. No disrespect to the country, but it is a lot of work, especially in team management. We don't get to tour as much.
Yeah, because you go there to play a match and you practice. Oh, yeah, I can just imagine.
Out and the money doesn't afford it to stay back. So Pam and I and Susie did everywhere we wanted to go. Israeli, Egypt, we climbed the pyramids. We shoot the rapids in Malaysia. So many things we did. Look back at my friends who are doing those tours now, and I'm saying, boy, I wonder if I'd have the energy or the courage to go back to Israel and Egypt at this time, you know. Or
Israel?
go to Africa and fall down in the hippopotamus pond in the mud and the hippopotamus around me. But look here, I watched a documentary on Morocco yesterday evening with Bernie and myself, and I'm saying, God, we did that.
Who's Bernie, by the way?
So my life before netball Air Jamaica was complete. I was learning to deal with various personalities.
Yes.
So when I America's region, wow, I had to draw on all that I learned working in revenue accounting. I learned the value of patience, and I also learned something that I must not leave this program and don't share with young people, well, older people too, who are going into leadership. I learned from a president of World Netball, Cheryl Dawson, who was one of my mentors.
Right.
Said you've got to learn to govern with heart. And heart is an acronym for H means hear and understand me. The E, even though you may be right, please don't make me wrong.
Oy, oy. Yeah.
A is to acknowledge a greatness in me. R, respect my positive purpose. And T is to tell me the truth. I think it's compassion or love. Either one will work.
Well, all of that old-fashioned, you know. That old-fashioned. Them things I want things again. I'm sorry to tell you.
When I became the president of Netball Jamaica,
yes,
that woman, because it wasn't an easy beginning, as most beginnings are in sport,
right?
Right? And she left those truths with me, and I've tried to govern like that. And I've always find people saying, you know, Vernon, you have that's a very good question. You have a very good point. However, even though you are right, don't make me wrong.
Yes.
Those things I've learned to leave people with their dignity. And for me, the greatest lessons in life that I have learned on this journey of you say 40, I'm going to say 30. 30 years, maybe younger.
Yeah.
Is from the greatest lessons in life is from leading these associations that I have had the privilege because I'm always in school to learn. But for me, the greatest joy, because there's a difference in learning lessons, but there's a joy, and a deep-rooted joy comes from managing the netball players that have passed through my life, poured into me, and made me a better person and made me the person that I am today. And I say that if you wake up in the dead of night, 10 years time you ask me, if my memory still sharp, I'm going to tell you. The joy comes from mentoring my beloved. I call them my beloveds. I used to have a problem with how it when look, they are my beloveds. They are my beloveds. They made me get up every day. One girl who is very said to me, they were your wife. Yeah.
You know, as you mentioned that, it's all that, no? But let me ask you something. As a university, any of the universities ever invite you to talk to their students, especially those in management? Because I have always said that whatever I say I'm now doing, and just like you, it is because of those extra things that I do. And you learn quite, even being on radio today, it is my exposure, my involvement in quite a number of things. And what you're now telling me, you're reinforcing what I know. But to what extent have they called on you, for example, come and talk to us and encourage students to participate, to be involved, so that you can learn? Because when you go out there, you could have read for your degree till judgment come. You can't read to people out there, right? You better learn life skills and how to deal with persons to motivate them. I think we have lost that. That's why I tell you, Adam, this way you learn no old-fashioned, because we're not business with that again. We're not business with it.
What I say, there's a lot of insecurity going on, and the older you get, people don't know what to do. There are one or two young leaders in the Americas that I mentor.
Yes.
They run things by me, and I would go into a file that I have, whether it's in my head or on my computer, and I show the knowledge. Because let me tell you something, Vernon. A lot of young leaders want to make their mark, and nothing is wrong with that.
Right.
But you can't make your mark without the experience of what went before if you don't know your history.
You cannot.
Don't know you, and I find that knowledge shared is not lost. People say knowledge is power, and that's a fact. Knowledge is power, and too many of us hold on to that power and don't share it, either because you're not asked to share it.
Yes.
Selfishly don't want anybody else to know what you know. I tell people all the time, knowledge is power, but sharing that knowledge is so empowering.
Exactly, makes you far more powerful. But my concern nowadays, a lot of the younger persons,
some prophets are not honored in their own. There's a statement that goes like that, don't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, any opportunity that somebody asks me to share with them, always do. And you don't have to share in front of a mic. You can share by drawing a long bench and lap your tail and cross on the street and share a lot of what I learned to do. Mrs. Rowan didn't give me a manual.
Right.
She said, I want you to manage my teams. All I want you to do is to make sure that they don't have to worry about what clothes them wear.
Yes.
What them have to eat, and how they get into training.
You miss out one thing though. When they going to stay and sleep. You think I don't know that? Now you help organize and lobbies, them have somewhere where they can stay.
We came through a period of time when players were having their babies.
Yes.
And nothing is wrong with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Longer they stay in the game, sometimes the harder it is for that to happen. Time is proving that now. But then, what we focused on, and we were a great team. I was her treasurer, and I must give you a joke about her when I finish. Remember the word treasurer. And I was her team manager.
Mm-hmm.
She was the president. And we wanted the girls that were coming under our time to focus on education. And I'm happy to say the message was received. And all of the girls playing on the team today that came through our hands, and I say mine become by the time Mrs. Rowan had left, and so the Janelle and the Romeldas,
Right.
you know, and the Samaras and the Khadijas, and so they were there. They're either at GC Foster, they have graduated from GC Foster, Nicole Aiken, Pinnock, they do their masters, Sasha Gay do their masters. So some of them have their family, but they also have something that they can rock back on if they pick up an injury or if the sport leave them. They are all qualified. We got scholarships for them. I package them for every single award.
By the way, sorry to interrupt you, I know I hope some young persons are listening now. Some they might be at school. I hope that they are hearing what being involved in sporting activities. Don't think it's only getting 10, 20 subjects can do for you. So Marva, continue to talk and tell them, let them know.
Latanya went to Gainstead, and she's at Michael. And I know that Janelle went to Michael all this time. She's down there chalking up these millions of goals. That's how I look at them. She's at Michael.
Yes.
So guess what? They have bought into it, and they have managed to balance their schoolwork with their sporting career. But saying to my young ones back in there was an under 21 team. I said there are some lawyers and doctors, lawyers on the New Zealand under 21 team. They're studying law, you know.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you only can do sport. So, let me tell you something. I'm happy for how these ladies poured into me. Honest to goodness. I'm so happy that they came into my life and made me a better person. Because Lord, what are we? I said, no, God's gifts. These are God's gifts, and I don't shame to say it, Vernon.
But Marva, just listen to you talking. I'm asking myself, I wonder how many executives who are running these companies, some of them I know them personally. I wonder how many of them can speak the way you are speaking about persons who have passed through your hands. I wonder how many can say, I mentor this person, I help this person to move ahead.
Let me tell you something. I sit and look and I say sport is a business. I did the business at Air Jamaica in 3 departments at the top of each one of them. And I'm not boasting about it, I'm just saying it, right? Because guess what?
But if you are boast when I know it too, I don't understand you.
One of my degrees helped me to leave university and get a better job.
Yes.
I have them put away safely. For me to serve the people, and it's not a joke, I'm not putting on this to say I'm any wonderful person. I just love people.
Yes.
And I read somewhere by somebody who is more articulate than me, so I copy. If you don't love them, you cannot lead them.
Yes, yes.
These children deserve the same kind of treatment that you give your child. When I was the manager and I'm leaving home with the girls, they know how they have to dress. They know
yes.
how to. In public, Mrs. McDonald handed that down to me and whoever else, so you would never see a sunshine girl looking like Michael Jordan, my dear Michael Jordan.
Yeah, boy, may I tell you, you see, what a good thing to have somebody like you on the program here today. You're not just about sports, how they dress, the deportment. That's why the girls say.
They didn't have it. We went out and got it because when they leave home, they're like the Bobs, the 12s.
Yes, yes.
Color pants, same flat black shoes, images, everything. And it translated into the way in which the work was done. I was in my CPA and I was studying. And 1 month I never get to carry Mrs. Rowan's 1-page accounting report to her council meeting. Because I was studying, I think it must be CPA I was doing because I think I'd done my master's before.
Right.
She called me. And I didn't produce her financial report to her council meeting and she rocks me up, quarrel with me. Me didn't cry the way I couldn't believe my friend quarrel with me and she know me a study.
Yes.
You sign on to be my treasurer and I'm in a meeting and I want to know how the money go. You don't come to my meeting and don't bring the finances. I've not forgotten it.
The problem is that, you see, you're in netball. If you were somewhere else, you'd get away with murder. All 6-7 years, you wouldn't have to give no financial report and it would be no problem. It's just amazing.
What is a business? And I'm sad to say the quality of governance and leadership in several of our sports today leaves a lot to be desired. And I always say, and I'm old enough to say what I have to say with love.
Yes.
Passion, if you were interviewing for a CEO for your company, would you hire some of these people to be your CEO?
Mm-hmm.
Would hire them for another position or another capacity in the organization, but would you hire them to run your business, the business of whatever it is that you're leading, the Jack's business?
Yes.
Or Tuna Puna, but not Tuna Puna, it's a country, it's a place in Trinidad. But I say the Jack's business, and I say this with love, because sport is a business and you're asking people to invest in your business. So when you go to float an IPO, don't you have to have your accounts to show the people them to put them that they want to put the money into your thing? Why is it different?
But I tell you, just like in politics, in sports and other fields too, many just go there to feather their nests, and to make sure that their friends get to travel up and down.
But it's a resume enhancing.
I know. But let me ask you something though. As I said to you, netball has done probably far better than many other, and it's a top female group sports in the country. But to what extent do you think you're getting the kind of support? I know the media houses have given good enough support, but I will have about 3 more minutes before the break. But to what extent do you think you're getting the kind of support in terms of funding? And I must say to you is one area, I don't know how active you are, with persons like yourself and Mallory, when the girls have to behave a particular way. You'd never hear any of your netball girls go on the area or outer road and behave certain ways. Because not only were they doing sports, they were socialized to function and behave in a particular way. You think they may follow you stay there?
Some of the girls now, when they speak to me or send messages or I hear them speak, Vernon, these are the ones that I know because I don't know everybody anymore, as soon as it's a side thing.
Yes, that's like, yeah.
With pride. And Babsy said, I cry when I'm happy. It's true when I listen to them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
My heart full. And you get a little emotional because you know from whence they started.
Yes.
From whence they started, the struggle for them to get a university degree that would take your child 3 years and it may take them 5 or 6.
I hope they haven't forgotten.
And that. But I find that investors are becoming more and more discerning, and associations have to find a way to make themselves more attractive. All sports, across all borders, all disciplines, have to find a way. They will get money, but there's a lot more that could be had if things were more attractive. I don't know. Netball has always struggled.
I wonder why. Because you guys have really represented your country well, your behavior, everything. Unlike some in other places, like in the performing arts, some of them embarrassment and artists, you guys have never embarrassed this country at all. So I'm proud of you. Guess what? No, I have to go for the break. But I do hope, just hearing you talk, I do hope that persons out there are listening and understand that education is not just about going to school, but participating in sports like netball. And I must tell you about that. I'm very concerned about some of the coaches you have out there, the way they express themselves. Well, it's good to have a top sprinter and so on, but you must pass on something to them other than the sports, how they carry themselves, how they behave. When they got champs, for example, there are certain things you don't do. All the gun business, you don't do them kind of things. So you are a woman of class and a woman of style. And you certainly have passed. I'm going to go for the break now. Marva Bernard talking with Marva Bernard, OD, a woman who has served for many years, not only at Air Jamaica, but also helping the sport of netball, not only in Jamaica, but in the world.
You're tuned to Vernon Darby.
Welcome back. You're listening to Rhythm FM, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm your friend, Vernon Darby. And my very special guest is a dedicated woman who has dedicated her life to helping people in sports. And also, she's worked with the National Airline Air Jamaica, which some of us still bawling about at it, like, no? And anyhow, it's back with Marva.
Yes, Vernon.
Right.
Back with you.
No, you have all time is going by. You only have about 4 minutes, and you're going to speak like you're the Prime Minister of this country. Where we need to go in terms of probably netball, sports, and how we deal with people is all up to you. So I've just appointed you to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You're not getting no money, though.
What did you want me to say? Because you weren't coming through clearly. You want me to make an appeal?
No. I'm just saying to you, I've just appointed you as the Prime Minister, but now I'm on month to pay you. And make comment national about the country in terms of netball, sports, how we deal with people, and just your closing moments. I'm giving up to you now to speak like the Prime Minister.
I think we have lost the love and respect for each other as a people. Jamaica is a little dot that has made this world stand up and look at our prowess in sport, and sport is life-changing. I am very proud when any of my teams take the world stage. And I'm saying to Jamaican people, lay down the guns, lay down the war, start to go back into family life, because part and parcel of what we are facing today is because a poor breakdown of family life. And so, as the Prime Minister, I am appealing to all of Jamaica to lay down your guns and take up the love. Take up love. Just take up love, because love does conquer a lot of things. And if we don't do that, no matter how well we do in sports, and that is what I know and where I have chosen to serve my people, there's always going to be that black mark of on our country if we don't stop what we're doing now. Stop now and go back to family life, go back to good values, where children are taught. Children live what they learn, Vernon. People, and it shows that the children, people who are doing this badness today, lived what they learned. Family life gone down. How will we do this? Bring this back? It's each one deciding enough is enough. Enough is enough.
You can keep on saying that one. Enough is enough.